Living in an apartment, or just trying to get some late-night practice in without the neighbors banging on the walls, is a struggle every trumpet player knows all too well. That is where this little black piece of gear comes into play. It is the PM7X, and honestly, it is one of those things that feels like a bit of magic when you first slide it into the bell. It is surprisingly compact, fitting into a box that is barely 16 centimeters tall, so it is not going to take up much room in your gig bag. When you hold it, the plastic construction feels sturdy enough to handle the occasional drop, though it is light enough that it does not throw off the balance of the horn too much while you are playing. Now here is the thing about these mutes. Most of them make the instrument feel like you are blowing into a brick wall, but this one manages to keep the resistance feeling somewhat natural. You can actually feel the air moving, which is a huge deal if you are trying to keep your chops in shape. The sound it produces is muffled, obviously, but it retains enough of the core tone that you can still hear your pitch and articulation clearly. It is not exactly like playing in an open room, but for what it is, the clarity is impressive. What stands out, though, is how it handles the lower register. Sometimes these things get stuffy or weirdly buzzy when you drop down to the bottom of the staff, but this one stays pretty consistent. There is a slight quirk, though. Because of the way it is designed, you might find yourself adjusting your tuning slide just a hair to compensate for the pitch shift that happens with almost any mute. It is not a deal-breaker, just something you get used to after a few sessions. One thing to keep in mind is that this is just the mute itself. If you are looking for that full, processed headphone experience, you are going to need the rest of the system to go with it. But as a standalone piece of hardware, it does exactly what it promises. It is quiet, it is portable, and it lets you play when you otherwise could not. Is it perfect? Well, nothing really is. You are still going to feel a bit of that back pressure that comes with any practice mute, and it does take a little bit of getting used to if you are coming straight from playing open. But for the convenience of being able to practice at midnight without waking up the entire house, it is a pretty solid trade-off. It is a simple, effective tool that solves a very specific problem for brass players, and it does it without any unnecessary fuss. If you are tired of feeling guilty every time you pick up the horn after dark, this is probably going to be your new best friend.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.